Well, hello YouTube. Here we are with another video. This one here is a little bit of a rant type of video, a little bit of a public awareness kind of video as well. Well, you remember the unboxing video we did? I believe it would have been 2014-ish that this video was done, of the slate gray, kind of a light blue color of the Fitbit Charge. Now, of course, this is not the HR model, just your regular Charge. Now, as you can tell by the dirtiness, the wear factor, that at the time when I was working, this here band was on me that was, well, very, very active. So it's got a lot of wear type of marks in it. Well, I noticed, whatever it was, about 2 weeks or 3 weeks after buying it, that it was starting to bubble, similar to what, well, it's doing right there. As you see, there's a bubble. It did it over here, and it did it here. So, of course, I squeezed a little bit of glue in it, trying to glue it on down, thinking I could just, it's plastic, glue it to silicone, to plastic, whatever, it should be fine. Well, it started, of course, peeling all the way around, looked like garbage. I was afraid of it while breaking before I could afford to replace it. Well, fast forward a few months anyways, it gets to the point where, well, as you see, it started to tear along this back edge that basically is 3/4 torn on through. I ended up having to cut off this edge of the banding because it never would take glue and it would just rip on back up. The little button on the side, well, still does work. It still does, tap function. All works perfectly fine. Everything works great, except for, well, the band itself is basically garbage. Now, other than it starting to wreck, just a few weeks after buying it, picking it on up, it was being used a lot. It did track a lot of my steps. It did really give me a good understanding of the fitness trainer, fitness band world, as well as, well, it did do a lot of work, telling again, of course, by the wear. So I replaced it with a black Fitbit Charge, basically same, just black. This time around I decided that, go with the blacker color. It wouldn't show the dirt if it did start to wear. Hopefully it didn't show as bad, but as you can tell on this here band, there's hardly any wear at all to it compared to, well, the other one. But as you can also tell, it's, well, suffering from the same conditions. This time around I told myself I wouldn't glue it. It looks like it actually originally started to separate from the plastic here. That looks like it is molded into the band itself. So maybe what they should have done was went with more of a bracelet style that came down a bit more, rather than having whatever this would be, a 1/4 inch of a little ear that could, easily break. Kind of similar to this. Kind of just like that, and then it starts to peel. Well, this one here has basically done the same. Now, by now, of course, this is getting into the first few months of 2015. The doctor, of course, tells you to upgrade your fitness band, watch your heart rate, things like that. So here I go. I buy me a Charge HR. As you can tell, it is not on there super tight. There is plenty of room between the band and me, so not over tightening it. And as you can see, it is the the Charge HR model. Does have the little heart rate function. Has been a really good fitness band for me. However, of course, a few weeks ago it started to lift back here, and just about a week ago it started to bubble right here. So I know for certain the time on this here band is very, very limited. So y'all, if y'all been shopping on, well, the websites and stuff, you know the cost of these, Fitbits, how much they actually are, how much they're worth, how much you got to spend for the charge and for the charge HR to have them only last, 6 months max. It really puts a crimp, a damper in the whole works. I'm not here to badmouth the Fitbit product or to say that, the quality's not there and all, but I think people need to be aware if there is such a thing as a warranty plan you can get on that maybe would cover this. I suggest going for that little warranty. If the first sign of lifting or bubbling and you're still within that 14-day or whatever it is return policy, take it back to the store. Because if you don't take it back to the store, well, you'll end up with the same problems that I've had. Now, does this turn me off? Strike 3 on the whole Fitbit line of products. It's very close. I'm not sure if I will buy another Fitbit product because, well, of the way all three have gone. This one here, you can't count it 110% fully because I was working a very physical job that really took beating on the hands. But this one here has hardly seen any for use. You can tell by the lack of wear on the band. The band itself is not even smoothed out, it's rough still, and it still breaks. This HR, well, has seen even less work altogether, and it's basically on the road as well. In the future, if anybody asks me about Fitbit products, I will have to tell them the truth. I will most definitely send them the link to this here video, let them be the judge themselves, make their own choices, decisions, things like that. I probably will never go and buy another Fitbit product. I am looking at possibly going another route for another fitness tracker or band or whatever you want to call her, and really taking it on from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, given the way these Fitbit bands have performed and turned out, most definitely the performance, as in the tracking of the steps, the heart rate, stuff like that, is most definitely close to being on par. But the quality is not there, and when you're paying over like $140, $127, 170 some, you're hoping it's going to last a little longer than, well, just a few months. Again, use caution, do research. If they make extended warranty, get extended warranty, because, well, with my 3 bands, strike 1, strike 2, and strike 3, well, you're probably going to need her. But pretty much this has been kind of a follow-up review on the Fitbit bands that I did unbox, going back a couple of years now. Show what's out there, do your research, don't jump in it blindly just because your friends are doing it. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's World. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.